Hello YouTube, my name's Sam and welcome to this brand new series here over at BagoGames.com. Now in this new series, each month I'm going to be showing you the best gaming build I can find for a certain amount of money. Today's episode will be for £450. Now before I get started, just to let you know, all these prices were found on the 25th of July 2013 and they may change over time, but it's around about £450, that's all you need to worry about. Anyway, let's get started and I hope you guys enjoy this brand new series. So, to get us started, I went with the FX-6300 3.5 GHz processor with an all-important unlock multiplier, especially for that overclocking. Now, this has a 6MB level 2 cache and the 8MB level 3 cache, which is a perfect deal for £89.99 from overclockers, and it has a 3-year warranty, so an amazing deal for what you get. I am definitely not complaining, and that is the CPU. So, swiftly moving on, we're going to be using the ASRock 960GM U3 S3 FX. Now, yes, this is a very small motherboard, as it is a micro ATX motherboard, and it does have its downsides and does have its advantages, but remember, we are on a budget build. Now, this only has 2 memory slots, and it can only support up to 16 gigs of RAM, which is plenty enough for, a budget build. Obviously, it doesn't support SLI or Crossfire because, well, it only has one PCI slot, which we'll go on to in a minute. But, well, look on the bright side, it does have integrated AMD Radeon 3000 graphics, but like I said, we're going to be using a GPU, so yeah, it's there to be used, but I'll make sure I'll link a few other motherboards down below just in case you want to go above the budget and maybe go for something with a little bit more oomph to it. So, moving on to the GPU, I've gone and chosen the GTX 650 Ti boost. Now, for the price that this was from scan.co.uk at £124, I thought this was an amazing deal. Comes with 768 cores with a boost clock of over 1033. Now, this does have 1GB of RAM in DDR5. Now, the great thing about this was, it is PhysX ready, that's the NVIDIA feature, and it also has NVIDIA GPU boost, as you can see all the features there to the right. Now, the one thing I do have problem with it, and it's a feature there to be used but we can't use it because the motherboard is the SLI, obviously, as it only has, or the motherboard only has one PCIe slot. You can only have one graphics card or a PCI peripheral, but yeah, so obviously that SLI is not able to be used. But apart from that, for £124, I thought this really was a very, very good deal. So next up, I went along and chose the Kingston HyperX Blue 8GB of RAM. Now this is 8GB of DDR3 1333 RAM, and really the speed of it's very good for the budget build. And to be able to have 2 sticks of 4GB, that means that we're going to be using them 2 slots on the motherboard, the 2 RAM slots that we only have. But overall, very good RAM, very popular, and I actually used some of this myself back on one of my old gaming setups, so it is really well done, highly recommended RAM. And yeah, so that is the RAM, the Kingston HyperX Blue 8GB. Now, to give the whole build a lovely load of power, we're going to be using OCZ's Fatality 550 watt 80 plus certified power supply. Now, you're probably thinking 80 plus, that's not too much, why isn't it platinum? You do have to remember, at the end of the day, we are on a budget build. Now, these sort of, high-end power supplies of the platinum will probably be in the later sort of build videos where we're going to be doing the £800 system and the £1,200 system. So yeah, for now, this power supply is definitely enough at 550 watts. Ooh, the large bit now. Western Digital Caviar Blue 1TB. This is the hard drive I went with. Obviously, like I said, it's a budget build, so we're not going to do SSD. But yeah, this has got 7200 RPM, and for 1TB, that is just huge for a budget build at £49 on scan.co.uk. Now, it's going to be able to fix your operating system in, your games in, your media files, pictures and stuff, and 1TB will last you absolutely fine. Obviously, there are ways to use the other SATA cables that you get with the motherboard, but 1 terabyte will do you for a very long time just for a budget build. But yeah, so in total, you know, the interface is a SATA 6GB, which the motherboard does support with a 64 megabyte cache. So overall, a very, very nice Western Digital drive. Like they usually do, they produce very high quality storage devices for your computer. Alrighty then, we're on to the final piece of the puzzle, the case. Now, I've gone with the NZXT Source 210 Elite White ATX mid-tower case. Pretty much this is personal preference. If you do go with this case, this is just my recommendation. But the really cool features of this is it has 3 internal 5.25 bays, or inch bays, and 8 internal 3.5 inch bays. And the great thing about it, like I said, is it does have some features which are key to a normal case, including the ability to be able to have a ATX motherboard, because at the end of the day we do only have an a micro ATX motherboard, and if you wanted to upgrade to, you know, have SLI mode with 2 GPUs, you will need to upgrade the motherboard, as the motherboard we have in right now has a minimal sort of, you know, upgrade capacity. So having a case which can hold a new motherboard is a good step in the right direction. So yeah, this is the NZXT Source 210 Elite White ATX mid-tower case. And that is it. August's new build for £450. It's a gaming PC, and there you go, that's all the components you need. Well, when I say 450, I mean around that budget. But yeah, it's been great fun putting this video together. I would love to see you guys like the video if you did like it, and maybe drop a few comments about how you should improve the series. I know within the next few hours I'm going to be editing the £800 build and the £1,200 build, which will be linked at the end of this video. If they're not linked, that's because they're yet to be uploaded, as they'll be uploaded on separate days, but make sure you do come back if they're not linked. But apart from that, if you need to contact me via Twitter, my name is AWKStubs on Twitter. But that only leaves me to say, this is Sam Pope with BagoGames signing out for another video. Goodbye.